Mr. Chairman, I rise in support of this bill. I'm very proud to be here today because this bill represents a commitment our committee has made under the leadership of Chairman Schuster to pass critical water resources legislation every 2 years. One of my top priorities as a member of this committee and the Water Resources Subcommittee is maintaining and improving our navigation infrastructure on the upper Mississippi and Illinois waterways. Most of the locks and dams on the system were built in the 1920s and 1930s and have far outlived their life expectancy. 60% of the grain exported from the United States goes through these locks and dams before hitting the global marketplace. But today, delays at navigation locks are frequent and are only getting worse, lasting as long as 12 hours at a time. In WRDA 2007, Congress authorized construction of 7 new 1,200-foot locks along the upper Mississippi and Illinois waterway system. Yet here we are 9 years later, and the Corps still hasn't completed pre-construction engineering and design for these projects because this administration refuses to invest any money in the Navigation and Ecosystem Sustainability Program, or NESP. That means that construction for these projects may not be ready to begin when they are next on the schedule. When these projects are delayed, it costs farmers in my district money. It costs the shippers who move commodities up and down the rivers money. And it ultimately means increased grocery prices for everyone. And it also costs good-paying construction jobs. During our committee's markup of this legislation in May, I offered an amendment that requires a study analyzing alternative models of managing the Inland Waterway Trust Fund. I appreciate Chairman Schuster working with me to ensure its adoption. This study, to be completed by the Comptroller General, will provide some important options to address these long-standing issues with the Corps. And maybe this will finally show the Corps that waiting 10 or even 20 years for movement on a project that is authorized by Congress is completely unacceptable. Mr. Chairman, I'm proud to support this underlying bill, and I want to thank Chairman Schuster for his and the committee for their leadership on this, and I yield back the balance of my time.